Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is MazezRealm once again, and welcome to another episode of my series, The Arsenal. For this episode, guys, I have got just the loadout for you guys who are really wanting to eliminate campers from their little hiding spots in Black Ops 2 multiplayer, and that is my Covert Assault Anti-Camper class for Black Ops 2 multiplayer. So, the good thing about the Pick 10 system in Black Ops 2 is that it allows you to counter just about every playstyle that you'll run into in multiplayer, and this particular loadout works significantly well for people who are camping with target finders or camping in corners with shotguns and just waiting for you to run past them to ambush you and kill you from behind. So this loadout is perfect for that, and it basically is showcasing the SMR Assault Rifle as a primary weapon here. And a lot of you know that the SMR has the best range and the best damage out of any assault rifle in Black Ops 2, so that's exactly why we're equipping that in our loadout. Now, the attachments that we do have on the SMR is the suppressor and the millimeter scanner, and both of those in combination work really, really well. And the suppressor obviously keeps you off the minimap so that you don't give away your position. And the millimeter scanner is what helps us spot all of those bastard campers behind their cover if they're not using cold-blooded. For the rest of our perks here, we've got Ghost, Blind Eye, Cold-blooded, Scavenger, and Dead Silence to round up the loadout. And now we'll just go right into the gameplay here so that we can see exactly how this loadout is meant to be used and how effective it is against campers. And before I talk a little bit about the gameplay here, I'll just talk a little bit about the backdrop of the gameplay. And it was basically based on the previous match. Now, on the previous match, I played these guys and they were using the target finder LMGs with shotguns, and they were just sitting in corners, and they were really playing like assholes on the previous match. So I decided to equip this loadout for this match, and you'll see exactly what happens to these guys when I literally just stomp them on this match here on Yemen. So the method to my madness as far as picking the perks for this loadout is very complex. Now, I know that there are a lot of stealth perks on this loadout. In fact, it's primarily a stealth loadout. However, it counters everything that campers really use in Black Ops 2. Now, a lot of you know that campers will use target finders 9 times out of 10. So that's the whole reason why we have the cold-blooded perk, and it basically counters that target finder and makes it useless. And you can see right there that not only could I see that guy that was camping with a target finder QBB LSW, but I could also see him through cover, so I knew where to shoot and kill him. So that is the whole reason for the combination of cold-blooded with the MMS scanner. Now, the Blind Eye perk is one that is very rarely used, I should say, in Black Ops 2. But it serves a really good purpose, and that is it just makes it so that it just counters every single lethal aerial kill streak that the enemy will throw your way. And for campers in Black Ops 2, a lot of their score streaks are basically compiled of UAVs and also the dreaded hunter-killer drone. Now, a lot of you guys are probably like, well, why don't you just throw on Flak Jacket? That counters the hunter-killer drone. Well, that's not always the case. Actually, I die a whole lot more from using Flak Jacket than using Blind Eye when coming across the hunter-killer drone. So Blind Eye makes it so that the hunter-killer drone doesn't even target you in the first place, which makes it really, really good for avoiding that point streak. And that's the point streak that campers love to use. They'll camp in a corner with their target finder just to get their UAV and their hunter-killer drone. So that's a really crazy combination that those guys use, and this counters it perfectly. So that's the whole reason for me equipping that blind eye perk there. Now, scavenger obviously keeps us on tap with our ammunition, and it just helps us be able to use suppressive fire when we see someone through cover and just try to wallbang him, and then we can just resupply those bullets that we used to get those campers. So that's a really good perk to use if you're trying to maintain longer kill streaks yourself. Now, Dead Silence, the reason why I picked that perk over Awareness is because I can actually sound whore a lot better with Dead Silence than with Awareness, unless if I have both of them in my perk 3 slot. So obviously we're using perk 2 greed and perk 1 greed, so we couldn't combine Awareness with Dead Silence, so that made it really easy for me to just pick Dead Silence over Awareness, and that helps it so that you can actually maintain your stealth as well. However, you can also hear the enemy reloading or doing whatever else, because it just silences everything else around you. So not only will you not give away your position when you're reloading, but the enemy will give away their position when they're reloading. So it's just a really strong loadout for campers, especially ones who are just camping without cold-blooded. And if they are camping with cold-blooded, 9 times out of 10, they will not be using Dead Silence, or they will not be using the the cold-blooded perk. So those are some of the things that really help when you're going against campers. And you can see that this gameplay is a little bit slow-paced in comparison to all my other ones, but I could really see these guys through walls with no problem, and then I could just eliminate them very, very quickly. And in Black Ops 2 multiplayer, campers are what reigns supreme. There will be rushers, there will be pub stompers, but 9 times out of 10 you'll run into campers, and that is why I decided to come up with a loadout that will help you guys play against these guys. Because when campers really hold down a building or hold down areas, it's really, really hard to counter them. And it becomes frustrating, and you just want to punch a small baby in the face. And I just want to save babies' faces. That's what my aim is to do for you guys. So that is the whole reason for this loadout. Now, I will say that this will not counter every type of camping playstyle. Sometimes you'll just run into the smart campers that will camp in a corner and then move from spot to spot. But either way, if you're very cautious and you take your time navigating through the map, you'll find yourself being successful against any camper that you'll be able to come up against here in Black Ops 2 multiplayer. So now that the gameplay is wrapping up here, I really sincerely hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of The Arsenal. Please stay tuned for other episodes, and until next time, this has been MazezRealm. I am out.